This is the Almost Timely newsletter for the week of September 1st, 2024. 70-ish% of this newsletter, this week's newsletter, is made by me, the human. You will see lots of AI output in the opening section, and it's a shorter newsletter than normal for reasons you're about to find out. What's on my mind this week? Generative AI's most useful healthcare case. This week, something completely different. I just returned from surgery like a few hours ago. Yes, I had unplanned surgery due to gallbladder issues I didn't even know I had. On Tuesday, I thought I had food poisoning. By the time I got home from a client on Thursday night, I knew something was up. I went to bed, woke up at 4 a.m. Friday morning. I was like, nope, I'm going to urgent care. They said, sir, you need to go to the ER. And I did. I went to the emergency room. After a whole bunch of tests, they determined that something was seriously wrong with my gallbladder. Like, you're about to go into septic shock and die within a week, which was shocking. They removed it, and I came home this morning. The medical team at Metro West Union Hospital did a great job. I'm grateful to them. Still here. Grateful to my family and to the team at Trusted Insights. Particularly Katie and Kelsey, for all the support and care I've received over the last 2 days. Now, that's not the headline story. At the very least, that's not what this newsletter is about. No, this is about generative AI. And here's how it plays a role in the story. As soon as I knew I had to go to urgent care, I started to document everything that had been going on. But I also knew I couldn't do that particularly effectively given how much pain I was in. So I gave ChatGPT a prompt that went like this. You're an award-winning physician with expertise in all forms of medicine. I need your help compiling a thorough intake list as I'm on the way to seek medical care. I want you to ask me all the questions a doctor would on intake so that I have everything written down and documented. You'll want things like symptoms, a timeline of events, and everything you think is appropriate for me to provide to my doctor. I do not want you to provide a diagnosis. That will leave up to the doctor. But I want you to make sure my doctor has all the information they need. Please start asking me questions. Over the span of 15 minutes, ChatGPT, and really any foundation model could do this. I just happened to have the ChatGPT app on my phone. It was convenient. It asked me question after question. We did it with the voice interface and spit out a really nice summary at the end. It had all my past medical history and data, had a set of symptoms and timelines, Tuesday in Los Angeles, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I included all the information I had, the meals I ate, what medications I took, things like that. And it asked me to describe the pain, where I felt it, the level of pain, any additional symptoms, positioning, how well or poorly I was sleeping. Heart observations, because I had data from my Apple Watch that showed that my heart was a normal sinus rhythm, my blood oxygen levels, and things like that, with my heart rate, any medication I was taking, any past incidents like this. And there was one that I could remember this February in Edmonton, Alberta, in Canada. I had what I thought at the time then was food poisoning, but I'm thinking back, maybe I had problems back then and I didn't know about it. After I visited urgent care, I took a screenshot of the printout that they gave me, and I pulled out the ChatGPT app and had ChatGPT add that to the summary so that when I arrived at the ER, I didn't have to repeat myself. By that point, I was in a lot of pain. So just being able to hand the attending physician my phone and get them up to speed quickly was a huge help. Summarization is one of the top use cases of generative AI. And in this case, it was able to take a lot of rambling, disorganized inputs, because when you're in a lot of pain, you don't necessarily think coherently or logically. I kept revisiting things and saying things out of order, and it organized them well. The feedback I got from the physicians, both in urgent care and the ER, all started the same. They all had the same question. Are you a doctor? Do you work in healthcare? This is very thorough. Had I not been in exceptional pain, I would have told them what I did for work, but I was just laying on the floor shaking my head. Now, this part's important. I want to reiterate and reemphasize. ChatGPT and generative AI today are not medical diagnostic tools. They cannot, under any circumstance, substitute for a real human doctor. They cannot make accurate medical diagnoses, and you certainly would not want to bet your life on it. But they can dramatically speed up the intake process and be very comprehensive about it, especially if you're not able to think as clearly as you usually do. And it's my hope that people, and medical professionals especially, think of them in that aspect as an endlessly patient assistant who can just keep asking questions, not get irritated, not get frustrated with the patient, just ask question after question, keep taking in disorganized information, and keep providing outstanding summaries. Now, on a personal note, for the folks who will see me on stage in a few weeks at the different events, because I am cleared I can't help you lift anything, but I can stand and talk. For the folks who will see me on stage in a few weeks at different events, you'll please understand I'm not 100% myself, but I will deliver all the value that I can from the stage. And again, I cannot thank enough my family, the staff at Metro West Hospital, and my friends at Trust Insights for getting me through this rather surprising turn of events. What else happened this week? Did a whole bunch of stuff on detection of generative AI and things, but the big one was start the first of a 4-part series with Katie on responsible AI. So this week was the overview episode. Upcoming episodes, we'll have one on bias, one on data privacy, and then what things you should be doing to implement responsible AI at your organization and what that means. We'll have a new download for you to grab as well. Jobs this week, we have Analytics Engineer at Measure Lab, Analytics Manager at Nawiri Group, Chief Marketing Communications Officer at Feeding America, Content Specialist at Prometheus Group, Digital Marketing Leader at Confidential. I guess it's not a open company. Digital Media Sales Executive at CDL Life, Director of Brand Marketing at Hartman Young, E-Merchandiser at Rexel, HubSpot Automation Expert at Galactic Advisors, Product Manager at Amplitude, Product Manager at Bright Horizons, Sales and Marketing Partner at Data Axle, and Senior Data Scientist at Cologne Intelligence. So, upcoming events in basically a little more than a week, I'll be at MACON, the Marketing AI Conference in Cleveland. You can use discount code PENN100. I will be there. I will be speaking. Again, I won't be able to help you lift anything, but I'll be there speaking on the topic of open models. Then Lab Products Association in Philadelphia, Marketing Plus B2B Forum in Boston, and the Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. So that's going to do it for this week's newsletter. Thank you as always for your attention. And I hope that you don't have any sudden, unexpected medical events. Talk to you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to know when new videos are available, hit the bell button to be notified as soon as new content is live.